What is up, enthusiasts? It is Nick here, and I know I'm not usually in front of the camera, but we finally did it. 10 subscribers. Oh, I can't wait for the 11th. Nah, I'm just playing. We reached 10,000 subscribers. That's crazy, everyone. Oh my goodness, it's just great to be here. So thank you so much, and here's to another 10,000. Anyway, today we are going to look into the future like we usually do on this channel. But not to speculate, but to rank. Today we are going to look at some of the best of next year's roller coasters. Every year, amusement parks try to outdo themselves by adding brand new record-breaking additions, whether it be in the thrill category or the experience category. So today, we are going to look at my personal top 10 favorite new coasters of 2022. Now, one thing I want to mention is that I am not going to include clones in this video. Rides like Wonder Woman Flight of Courage, even though it's a near clone, it's very similar to a ride we already know, and there are a few Vekoma clones coming in overseas. But today we are only going to focus on the original layouts that we have never seen before. Anyways, let's get to number 10. The number 10 spot goes to a park chain we really don't talk about a lot on this channel, Disney. Yes, the most popular park chain on the planet is getting a new coaster that really impressed me. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is going to be one kick-butt coaster, and let me tell you why. It's going to be the world's longest indoor roller coaster at over 5,000 feet of track. It's going to give Epcot their first modern roller coaster, which is really going to give them some up in the rankings. Now, last time I went to Epcot, I did not have the best experience, and I really thought that a roller coaster was missing at the park. I think this is going to be the perfect fit. It's going to provide a very disorienting experience with the spinning trains, and a very, very long ride experience. I think of this as Disney's response to something like Hagrid's. I cannot wait to see some updates in the construction and more updates on the layout, but until then, we just have a few shots and a few videos to go by. At the number 9 spot, we have Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando, the new for 2022 Premier Rides Skyrocket model coaster. This ride looks absolutely incredible for Premier Ride standards. It might be their crown jewel of coasters. Currently, my favorite coaster by them is Skyrocket at Kennywood at my home park. This is a phenomenal coaster with some great ejector airtime as well as a great launch, and this looks like an even more modern version of it. It goes forwards and backwards in a multi-pass launch, which has never been before seen on a Premier Rides coaster. And then you go into some incredible airtime moments, including that top hat and low to the ground bunny hops. After that, you roll back into the second half of the ride with many unique elements, including some more camelbacks leading into the final brake run. This ride definitely looks like a cute little ride and something that might be some people's favorite at the park. It definitely looks that good of a hidden gem. At the number 8 spot, we go all the way to China to Fantasy Valley to talk about their new for 2022 B&M Wing Coaster. Now this wing coaster looks extraordinary. It looks like they brought all of their potential with the B&M Wing model and put it into one ride. This looks like a hyper mixed with a wing. And with the inversions it has, this ride looks incredible. Some elements that really pop out are the camelbacks that look pretty forceful. Maybe it might give you some floater airtime in the style of B&M Hypers. And that first inversion, that is so high off the ground, I wouldn't be surprised if that dethrows Steel Curtain. This ride just looks incredible and looks like the full package when it comes to a B&M Looper, and honestly might be the best new B&M Looper on the planet. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we have Turbo Turtle Power, the Intamin Blitz coming to the new Nickelodeon universe in the Mall of China. This is a brand new Nickelodeon universe based off of the two others that exist in the United States, and this one is going to be heavily inspired off of the Nickelodeon universe in New Jersey. It's going to have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride filled in with another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride. It's going to have a Gerstlauer spinner, an Intamin half pipe, etc, etc. But the main difference, while the one in New Jersey has a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, this one's going to have an Intamin Blitz to top off their lineup. And let me be honest, this looks like the best ride in any of the Nickelodeon universes. This Blitz, even though we don't know much, well, there was a rendering that came out based off of the leaked blueprints that we saw, and let me say, this ride looks world class. Think of an indoor Blitz like this. You have some great airtime moments, some phenomenal inversions that are definitely based off of Shellraiser, and in my opinion, this is just everything Shellraiser does but as an Intamin Blitz. This ride is literally going to be one of the best coasters on the planet, and there is no denying that. But I was originally going to put this much higher, but believe it or not, I truly feel like there are 6 coasters coming next year that are even better than this. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have the Vekoma Renegade coming to Fanawild Park in Asia. Now, like I said, no clones, but this is the first of its kind. This is a Vekoma Renegade which provides lots of airtime moments low to the ground and some pretty good inversions, including Vekoma's first 0G stall right after that first drop. We only have a few pictures off of it, but from what I could tell, this ride is going to be incredible, just like some of their other models. This looks a lot similar to a roller coaster that's going to be higher on this list, and the Bermuda Blitz models like Luca Coaster at Legendia. This ride really does look like one of Vekoma's new masterpieces because, let's be honest, Vekoma's absolutely killing it with those rides overseas. We just need one of these to come to the States, stat. At the number 5 spot, we have the Intamin Blitz Coaster coming to SeaWorld Abu Dhabi. Now, some people might prefer Turbo Turtle Power to this layout, but in my opinion, I think the SeaWorld Blitz has the superior layout, assuming it's not going to be a slower ride like something like Manta at SeaWorld San Diego. From what the renderings look like, this roller coaster is going to be pretty fast and have some pretty good airtime moments. It is going to be a triple launch roller coaster and provide a good mix of airtime and inversions, something similar to rides like Maverick and Cheetah Hunt as well as iSpeed. This ride really just looks like the full package. It looks like your average Intamin Blitz, a great out and back layout, some great twisty airtime, some great out of your seat ejector moments, as well as what I'm guessing are going to be some really good low to the ground positive G moments. Now, we do not know the exact speed of this ride. If it goes the speed of the rendering I'm showing you now, it's going to be a world class ride and definitely deserving of the spot. But if it's a much slower attraction, something to cater more to families, well, this might not even be in the top 10. This one's a hit or miss, and I really want to figure out more updates as this ride continues construction. At the number 4 spot, we have the third Intamin Blitz coming on this list. It is Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. The long-anticipated Intamin coming to this park has seen its test runs and an official POV backed by the park. This ride looks menacing. Even though the layout is pretty short, I originally ranked this ride a lot higher, but due to the limited number of elements, I decided to put it down here. This ride, though, definitely still deserves a top 5 spot. It's very unique, provides some really good airtime moments forwards and backwards, and the layout itself just looks like it caters straight to the enthusiast. We have a 0G stall, an outward bank turn, a beyond vertical top hat, and a multi-pass launch with some ejector airtime. I definitely have a feeling this ride's going to catch a cult following in the next few years. Some people are going to rank this as their number 1, while others would prefer rides like Steel Vengeance or Fury 325. But oh my goodness, this ride just looks phenomenal and looks like it's going to cater to a certain group of people that love Intamin rides. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Phoenix coming to Summerland. Yeah, this ride, in my opinion, does look slightly better than Pantheon, and here's why. I would rather have a ride with very low to the ground airtime moments than a bunch of high to the ground airtime moments. That's why I prefer rides like Lightning Run and Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom. They have some pretty good low to the ground ejector airtime that tries to murder you. And even rides like Skyrush can apply in this category. This ride looks menacing. It starts off with an incredible first drop, a very funky inversion, and some very good pacing. They put as much airtime on this thing as possible. Now, in Vekomas in the past, we've seen some pretty good airtime moments, but this ride just looks jam-packed. This seems like Vekoma's answer to adding rapid-fire RMC transitions on their roller coasters. It looks like they kind of want to compete. My favorite part of the ride, looking at the renderings, is that last section of back-to-back airtime hills. I think there's around 6 in a row, including a wave turn low to the ground. Oh my goodness, when this ride is heated up, it is going to be one of the best ride experiences on the planet. And, in my opinion, this is the best roller coaster coming out next year that is not going to be located within the United States. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Air Force One at Funspot, Atlanta. This tiny little FEC turned small amusement park is getting something very surprising. And when we first heard that Funspot was getting a massive RMC, especially a park this small that only had a high miler, we were very shocked. And this ride might be one of the biggest surprises of my lifetime. This ride is going to be well over 150 feet tall and provide some really good airtime moments. This ride looks like it was designed for airtime. Look at this, you have that first inversion which looks like it will turn airtime into hang time. You have many other low to the ground airtime bumps, and we cannot forget that double up and quad down right next to each other. That quad down is going to be a great attraction in the ride, and it reminds me a lot of something like Lightning Rod, but even more abrupt. Even though this ride's setting might look a little janky, I think the ride experience will completely make up for the insane amount of money that this ride took. This ride is very close to rides like Lightning Rod at Dollywood, and in the same general area, Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. So I think it's very brave of them to do this, and I really don't know what the future of the other surrounding RMCs are when this ride opens, but I feel like this park is going to get some big business. At the number 1 spot, we have the one, the only Iron Gwazi coming to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay in Tampa, Florida. I got to see this thing in person during its early testing phase, and though it wasn't testing when I was there, the structure looked menacing and very, very intimidating. This thing looks tall, and all of the other elements are so low to the ground that this thing is going to be wild. Looking at testing footage, including the POVs, this ride is hauling some serious butt. And that's only testing footage. Once this is fully heated up with a full train of people, man, this ride is going to soar through those elements. I am so excited to see this ride open to the public because, my goodness, this ride looks like it's going to be many people's number ones and could potentially look like one of the best coasters on the planet. This looks like America's answer to a ride like Zodra at Energylandia, because that ride looks incredible, and this ride does the exact same thing. This ride has some very original and funky elements, and I think all of those combined provide a really good ride experience that we are all going to collectively enjoy once 2022 comes to town, assuming this ride opens in 2022. Anyways, this is Cedar Flags. What did you think about this video? Let me know down in the comments below. And make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed, ring the bell, and click that subscribe button because we just reached 10,000. Another 10,000 is going to be in the books. This is Cedar Flags, and I'll see you all later.